And hi there from Lights and Gear. I like to do flashlight comparisons, in case you weren't sure, in case you didn't notice. And I have a couple of flashlights here to compare today. What I have is the Refun A100 one-time 1630 battery flashlight and the Solarforce Y2 LED flashlight, as they both take the same batteries, one 18650 battery. The Solarforce is on the top and the Refun there is on the bottom. As I say, the Refun is an A100, and A100s are made by several different companies, so whether it's Refun or Outlight or even a G100 or something else, you're probably going to they're probably going to be pretty much the same. So anyway, these are the two lights. Now, from what you can see in the side-by-side comparison here is that the Solarforce is smaller, it is a little bit shorter, and it's also a little bit thinner. It comes with a pocket clip, if you can see right there, and the Refun does not. It just has a lanyard on the end, and the Refun's head is a lot thicker than the Solarforce. And the Solarforce also has a pretty wide voltage range. If you can read that right there, it goes up to 9 volts. So it can take a couple of other types of batteries as well. So these are the two lights. Now the biggest similarity between the two is that they both have zooming heads. So the head moves forward and backward on both lights, and the beam, of course, will either go wide or narrow. So that's what both flashlights do, and that is the biggest similarity between the two. So here are the heads as they are zoomed. Okay, both heads are now out, and you can see the size difference again between the Refun on the bottom and the Y2 on the top, even with their two heads extended. So let's take a look at both lights and do a beam comparison, which is pretty much what the whole video is about. And we'll see how we can show the differences between the two. Let me first make sure that both lights are in the proper mode. Okay, I have the Refun here in high mode, and I have the Y2 in, have the Y2 in wide mode. Let me just, there we go. Hold on. Okay. Alright, both are in high mode, and I'm going to zoom both beams in so we can compare the two. And let us zoom back out a bit here. Pardon me. Okay, there we go. Alright. Now, both beams are side by side. Which one is which? On the right is the Refun, and on the left is the Solarforce. And both heads are zoomed perfectly out. Excuse me, stick. Anyway, so what you're going to see here is the comparison between the two beams. Now the Solarforce has a wider beam even when it's zoomed all the way forward, and the Refun has a smaller beam, a smaller squared beam, and the Refun has a whole bunch of rings around it. Can you see that? You can see the rings. There are no rings around the Solarforce, no rings whatsoever. It's a more of a cleaner looking beam, and it's a little bit wider. See, both lights are side by side and next to each other, and you can more or less easily tell that the Refun has a smaller square than the Solarforce. So therefore, even at a long range, you're going to get a wider illumination with the Solarforce. Alright, let's put them both flat out in their widest mode, and we'll look at it this way. Okay, we can even do this here. Whoops, I can't see the camera. Hold on a moment. Something seems to be falling backwards. Okay. Alright. There we go. Okay, I think you can see here now the two beams side by side, and you can see the difference in the size. Here is the Refun on the right and the Solarforce on the left. Both are in high beam. So you can see here on the Refun that you get a smaller surface, and here on the Solarforce you get a wider surface. Now if I pull them both back without knocking the camera over, seems to be a common issue here. If I pull them both back to their widest beam, I tell you, working in the dark is not the easiest thing. Okay, now they're both on their widest beam. Now if you can tell, the Solarforce is quite a bit brighter than the Refun. Here is the Refun in its widest beam, and here is the Solarforce. Now the Solarforce, according to their website, is 850 lumens, and the Refun, according to what you see online, Amazon and so forth, is 900 lumens. So this is supposed to be 900, and this is supposed to be 850. So it would appear that the Solarforce is quite a bit brighter than the Refun, and the Refun also has a bluish tint to the beam, whereas the Solarforce has a whiter tint to the beam. There's Solarforce and there's Refun. Can you see the tint difference? A little bit whiter, a little bit bluer. And again, this puts out a smaller beam overall than the Solarforce. So on a distance, you're going to see more from this little experiment. You can see more, certainly with the Solarforce. So that's the basic comparison between the two of them. I mean, I can shine it up into a tree, I can do other stuff with it, and you're still going to see that noticeable difference. Let me pan out here. There's the Refun there on that tree, and here is the Solarforce on the tree. I don't think we're actually getting the tree there, are we? There we go. Okay. Anyway, there again. Whoops. There we go. Okay. There's the Refun on the bottom and the Solarforce on the top. So there you have the difference between the two flashlights, a Refun and a Solarforce. They both do basically the same thing, but the Refun does seem to be of slightly lower quality. The Solarforce also has a couple of extra features. It is current controlled, meaning that it will not let the battery dim too much even as the voltage drops. That's on the Solarforce. It is a current controlled light. It does also have a tactical nature of it. The rear switch is tactical in nature. In other words, I can turn it off, and then I can go like this and flick the I can lightly push the rear switch and go through all the modes, and then come to a decision as to which one I want to use, and then click it. And here I am on low mode. Actually, this is the Y2 has a moon mode. This is high. It has an extra mode on it. There's high, there's medium, there's low, and there's a moon mode on the Solarforce. The Refun doesn't have that many beams. It just has high, medium, and low, and does not go as low as the Solarforce does, and it also has all these rings around the beam that the Solarforce does not. So there are your two lights. You can read about them, by the way, at lightsandgear.com, my website. I do have reviews on both of the flashlights there, where you can take a look at them and decide for yourself which one seems to be the right one for you. But in this experiment, I would certainly say that the Solarforce does provide itself with a very good flashlight, and has a pretty nice beam on it anyway. So there you have both lights, Solarforce and Refun A100, and Lights and Gear is the place to go to check them both out, as well as more flashlights, batteries, and chargers. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.